Good morning, this is Ma'am David once again. Let's continue with our lesson. So it's all about the rechargeable solar power system. So as you can see here, I have prepared 3 pens, one black, red, and blue pen. Okay. So what are the components of your off-grid system? So let's design your off-grid. So this is your off-grid system. Okay. So when you say off-grid, you are not connected to the grid or the power supplier like Meralco. Okay, so you're gonna use battery. So in this diagram, I'm gonna show you how to make a simple connection. So what are the components of your off-grid system? So first, you need to have the solar panel. So how do you draw the solar panel? Simple presentation could be like this. Yan ang iyong solar panel. So usually yan 36 na squares. So bilangin nyo na lang. So it could be 9 times 4, 36 na solar cell. So bawat isa dyan, cell ang tawag. Pag binuo mo, that becomes a solar panel. So this is your solar panel. Laging yan, dalawa ang wire niya. So yung isa is positive. So let's make a positive connection. So ito yung positive connection mo. And then the other connection is negative. So that's black. Okay. Red and black tayo. Red and black connection. So ibig sabihin may dalawang wire yung solar panel mo. Okay, so this is your solar panel. Okay, so one component is the solar panel. One important component. Okay, so next we have the solar charge controller. Okay, so how do I draw the solar charge controller? So simple lang. So draw lang ako dyan and then lagyan ko dito ng pangalan. So this is your SCC. SCC stands for solar charge controller. So your solar charge controller mo, it has 6 wires. Okay, so ilagay natin yung 6 wires dito. Okay, so this is your terminal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so yan yung pagko-connectan nyo ng wire, pinagkakabitan ng wire. So those are the wire terminal. May nakadraw dyan. So in this part, so probably depende sa tatak ng solar nyo, may nakadraw dito na parang panel. So ibig sabihin, itong dalawang wire na to be connected sa solar panel. Dito may nakadraw na battery. So, parang ganito ang pagka-draw ng battery dyan. So, ibig sabihin yan, battery. So, these 2 wires are to be connected to the battery. And then, on this part, may nakadraw na parang ilaw. Okay. Okay, parang ilaw na nakadraw dyan. So, that is your load. Okay. So, this one is for the load. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung i-connect mo na gagamit ng 12 volts. Solar charge controller yan. Okay, so let's connect. Okay, let's use the positive. Lagyan natin ng red color. So, yung isang wire is positive, isang wire dito is positive, isang wire is positive. So, lahat ng red, yan yung mga positive connection. And then, the other side, this is negative, negative, negative. Okay, so, lagyan natin, this is negative, this is positive. Okay, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. So, since nasa off-grid tayo, all of those, gumagamit yan ng negative, positive. Okay, another thing. Another component is the battery. Okay, dito ko i-draw yung battery. Simple battery. Okay, how do you draw battery? So, probably, yun lang natin yung terminal dyan. So, one is positive. Okay, so one is positive. Okay, lagyan natin ng label. The other one is negative. Okay, negative siya. Okay, yung dalawang terminal. Okay. So, let's connect these 3 muna. Okay. So, itong 3 components na to. So, you have the solar panel, you have the solar charge controller, and you have the battery. Okay, so this is your battery. Okay. Lahat yan, 12 volts ang output. So again, solar panel, solar charge controller, and the battery. How do you connect them? Okay, you first start with the battery. Kasi yung solar charge controller nyo has to be energized. Ibig sabihin, hindi ito gagana kung wala siyang power. Ang magpa-power sa kanya, yung battery mo din. So, this battery is 12 volts. Okay, 12 volts DC or direct current. Okay, 12 volts DC. That's the usual battery rating. Okay, so how do you connect that? Hanapin mo dito sa solar charge controller yung may nakadraw na battery. So, in this case, yung nasa gitna. Ibig sabihin, itong dalawang wire na to na nasa gitna, iyan yung kukonekta sa battery. Okay, so first, make it a point always to connect the negative. Negative is the dead part or yung hindi siya active na part ng line. So, connect mo muna yung negative. So, i-connect ko ng naka-right angle para hindi siya magulo yung pagka-drawing. Ayan. So, connected na si negative ni 12 volts battery sa negative ni solar charge controller. Next, okay, i-connect naman natin si positive sa battery rin side. So, sa battery side, connect mo si positive. Okay, ayos din natin ang connect. So, ayan, nakakonect na si red. So, ibig sabihin, energize na si solar charge controller. So, meron niyang digital display dito. So, magdi-display na dyan yung, kunyari, 0, 0, 0, ganyan. Yung reading niya, makikita mo, gumagana na siya. Kasi may battery na siyang nakakonect. Basta wag lang lobat si battery. Next, nakita mo yung may nakadraw na solar panel. So, you connect that solar panel dito sa solar panel mo na to. So, ganun din, negative to negative, positive to positive. So, hanapin natin si negative. Ayan yung negative. Asan si negative ni solar panel? Ito. So, connect natin. So, negative to negative. Okay. So, connect si negative there. Okay. So, you see negative connected to negative. Okay. Next. Si positive ni solar panel, i-connect mo dito sa panel. Nakatapat tayo sa panel na positive. So, connect din siya. Connect, connect, connect. Connect. Pag may wire na magi-intersect, i-jump mo siya. So, ibig sabihin, hindi sila connected physically or wala silang joint. Hindi sila connected ito pag nag-jump ka. Okay, next. Pagka na-connect mo na yan ng ganyan, gagana na siya. So, si solar panel mo, connected na sa solar charge controller. Si battery, connected na sa solar charge controller. Therefore, itong load na to, itong may naka-drawing na ilaw, ayan, parang ilaw yung load na naka-drawing dyan. Positive, negative, ibig sabihin, gagana na yan. 12 volts na yung kaya niyang paganahin. So, kung meron kang halimbawa ilaw, okay, so meron kang load na ilaw dito. So, okay, so this is an example. So, for example, this is your light. Okay. 12 volts, light bulb. Okay. So, this is your, for example, 5 watt DC light bulb. Okay, light bulb. Light, ang spelling, L-I-G-H-T. Okay, light bulb. So, if this is your 5 watts DC light bulb, okay, kaya mo na siyang paganahin dito. So, how do you connect that? Dalawa rin ang connection yan, di ba? So, hindi mo na kailangan kasi iniikot lang naman yan. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ka magkakamali. So, kung meron kang positive connection here and negative connection here, halimbawa lang, so, how do you connect that? Connect mo lang siya. So, positive to positive, and then, negative to negative. Lagana na siya. Okay, pwede mong lagyan ng switch dito. Okay. switch para makokontrol mo siya. Okay, so that's your switch. Pag in-on mo siya, gagana na tong ilaw mo. So that's one connection. So this is one off-grid system. Now, pwede mong palitan to. Pwede siyang maging 15 watts na ano ba tawag doon? Fan. Okay. So, for example, meron kang load na DC fan. Okay, pwede kang kumonect dito. So, how do you connect? Pwede kang maglabas ng wire dyan. Halimbawa, eto. Somewhere here, mag-connect ako dito. Okay, jump. Okay, so that's one connection. And then somewhere here, kuha ako ng negative. Kuha ako ng negative connection. And then, ilabas ko dito. Para i-connect siya sa halimbawa, fan. Okay, draw natin dito yung fan ko. Okay, for example, this is your fan. Okay, fan. 15 watts DC fan. Okay, 15 watts DC fan. So, pwede ko siyang i-connect dyan. Alright, so that's how I connect it with the, red pala, with the DC fan. So, this is the red. So, ibig sabihin, red is positive, negative is black. Okay, red positive, negative yung black. Okay, so now you have a complete off-grid system, 12-volt system. So, yung pinakita ko sa inyo na gumagana na electric fan ko and ilaw ko, here is, I am using just this setup. Wala pa dyan yung inverter. Now, if you're going to connect the inverter, saan ka kukonekta? If you're going to connect the inverter para ma-change mo yung AC to DC, dito ka kukuha sa battery. Okay, so if you add another component, so for example, another component is the inverter. Okay, so this one is your inverter, for example. So, inverter. So, your inverter, it has a supply. So, ibig sabihin yung magpapagana sa kanya, isang positive, isang negative. Okay? So, yan yung supply niya. And then, pag pumasok siya dito sa inverter, ang lalabas na dyan is 220 volts. Okay? So, wala na siyang positive, negative. Ang lalabas dito, 220 volts. Kaya pag dito ka, sabi ko sa inyo, makukuryente na kayo dito. Live wire na yung lalabas dito. But first, para gumana siya, kailangan i-connect mo siya sa battery. Okay, positive to positive. Hanapin mo yung connection ng battery. Ayun. So, connect ka dito, kumuha ka kay positive. Okay. Yan. Connect mo siya doon. And then, yung negative mo, saan ka kukuha? Pwede dito. Dito ka na dumaan para hindi na magulo yung drawing mo. Okay, kuha ka dito kay negative na battery. Ayan si negative. So, connect mo si negative to the negative ni battery. Okay, connect ka dito. So, nakakonect ka na ng positive, negative. So, gagana na si inverter mo. So, sa 220 volts, pwede ka na ngayong magsaksak dito ng appliances mo. Yung TV mo na 220 volts. Yung mga appliance natin na ginagamit sa bahay. Depende sa capacity ng battery. Okay, so that is the entire system. Again, the components are, first, you have the solar panel. May polarity, positive, negative. You have the solar charge controller. Okay, so that is SCC, solar charge controller. 6 ang connection. Okay, tingnan mo lang yung nakadraw sa connection niya kung alin yung para sa panel, para sa battery, para sa load, or yung gagamit mong kuryente na 12 volts. And then you have the 12 volts battery.